I would now like to call upon the CEO of Telecom Sector Skill Council, Shri Arvind Bali ji, to kindly share his ideas with all of us in this room. Thank you.
Good morning and namaskar. I'll start my today's by actually two incidences, international incidences, which has really changed my perspective in life. I passed out in 1978 when I was to go to engineering college. I got very good marks, so I didn't know which branch I should choose in engineering college. And then, like when I passed out, at that time I had 6-7 jobs. I didn't know which job to choose, which is good for my career. There was nobody to really advise around me. And then I did MBA from Delhi University. And then I had my career. So somewhere in early 90s, I got a chance to go to US, where I went for training transfer. And I was spending almost 6 weeks in US, and during that time I was meeting a lot of experts, a lot of people who were working in that great company, which was a very famous international company. So I asked most of the people that, how did you get this job? And most of them, they said that, actually from their school or college, they came to this company as apprentice, and their work was liked, and ultimately they were absorbed in the company. So in India, actually didn't have any of those kind of things at that time. Academia was in different silo and industry was working entirely in different silo. The other thing which also influenced my mind in my career, like I did well. I could become CEO when I was just only 12 years experience. And then I also got a chance when I was around 40 to become a global CEO, where I was running 8 countries, factories in 8 countries, with 14,000 Gora workers at the age of 40, like I was running those international operations. And then I was meeting people of different nationality in different countries. So one thing, like 40 years back, almost 38 years back, when I was sitting with Japanese people in the evening dinners, most of the time they used to make one comment, a statement, that our life has been dedicated for building the Japan. And I knew that in World War, Japan was finished, and how quickly they built up that country. Same thing at the gap of around 10-15 years when I was in South Korea. In South Korean people also were saying almost the same thing, that our life was actually spent building South Korea. And then, like 10-15 years back, most of the Chinese with whom I was spending time, they were making the same statement, that, like our life has gone in building the China, or bringing China to where we are today. Then I realized that I think we also have a responsibility. And what Mr. Kumar was saying, that it is not only CSR, actually we all have a social responsibility, and we all have to give back to the society in whatsoever manner we can do. So as a professional, I worked 38 years in the industry. When skill councils were formed in 2014, I was group CEO for a telecom company, and I decided that I'll be part of Telecom Sector Skill Council board. I took a board position. I was guiding TSSC. And then, when I decided that I'll now not do my active career, I started my second inning. So I took over as CEO for Telecom Sector Skill Council. And now this is like my part when I'm trying to reach out to various sectors, various organizations, what all we can do for the society. I personally feel that we have got largest population of youth in this country. We have a big responsibility that we have to make it as an international source for skill. That means world over there will be big demand of skilled manpower, and there will be competition among few countries. And India has got such a large pool of youth. If we can skill them well, I think they can become a big support to the world. Not only that, they'll also do us a big favor that at least, this pressure of job creation within country there's a limit up to which you can create jobs in India. At least, they'll be very well utilized, or they'll be very well used wherever in the world there's a requirement of youth. So we have to really work on that. With the same thought, when I got this invitation from Dr. Sanjay, I had a commitment in Europe, but I thought that I think this is much more important, because in CSR, even if I get one contact, one relationship, like if I get a commitment of just 2 crore from an organization, we can probably change the life of more than 1,000 youth. And like if we can change life of even one person, I think it is a big thing. So as a Telecom Sector Skill Council, we are doing multiple things. We are trying to change the whole way skilling is being seen. First and foremost is we are trying to make skilling aspirational for youth. Like most of the time, skilling was being seen as if somebody has not done well in studies, he should do some handwork, right? But now, like that is changing. Even government is doing a lot of work. I think our Ministry of Skill Development Entrepreneurship, and also with NCVT, NSDC, all these organizations, a lot of foundation work has happened. And they are also doing all the possible thing so that youth of this country, they are giving all the benefits. I think some of the great schemes which are going to come in shortly, you'll be hearing. National Credit Framework is coming. So anybody who takes skilling as a choice of course, anything what he does, like supposing if he's a 12th pass with 10, 15 years of experience, and he has done a lot of courses, he has taken a lot of certifications, all those certifications accumulatively can give him a graduation degree, like which was not possible. A person who was highly experienced, but if he was only 10th pass, whole life he remains 10th pass. But now that scenario will change. I think skill will give him higher degrees and higher education. So I feel that there's a lot of work to be done. I have a session in the afternoon. I'll be talking more about all those things. But I personally feel that this is an area where journey has just started. And I remember, and my favorite lines of Robert Frost, that woods are lovely, dark and dream. I have promises to keep, miles to go before I sleep, miles to go before I sleep. Thank you.